What's going on, y'all? It's 360 with Speedy Morman. I am him, and today we're joined by a very special guest. He is the Grammy-nominated OG. Pusha T is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Pusha, what's up, man? How are you?
Really good, man. Making it.
Yeah, making it. We're happy to have you here today.
Good to be here.
Not only because you're OG, but it feels like it's been a while. It feels like it's been like 2 years or so since we've seen you really speak to the people.
It has, man. It's been yeah, it's definitely been probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, we've seen like sprinkles of, you know, your kid. We've seen,
Yes.
you know, maybe little teasers here and there, but for the most part, Pusha T has been under wraps. Where's Pusha T been at?
Man, you know, you mentioned my son. My son is 20 months, and between the pandemic, having him in 2020, June 2020, you know, it's been quiet, man. It's been quiet time, and just like raising him, watching him get, you know, grow up. You know, like I said, he's 20 months, so it's like just watching him, you know, mature as a kid, and just being there for him.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the little man. It seems like for Push, things are very much like BD and AD before Daytona and then after Daytona.
Yeah.
Before Daytona, you know, obviously OG, and then Daytona came, kind of shook the game up.
Yes.
7 tracks, only like 20-something minutes.
Yeah.
No filler at all.
Yeah.
And you and I sat down during that promo run, and you said that Daytona would be the album of the year.
Yes.
And to just about everyone's standards, it was that.
Yep.
And so now we're in album mode again, it
Yes.
seems. And I'm wondering if there's another bold prediction on behalf of Push.
Oh man, 1,000%. Like, there's no album that's better than mine this year. 1,000%.
No, none across the board.
No, I mean it.
From the heart.
And listen, it's really impressive. Like, I've really impressed myself with it because, you know, creating this during this time of, like, you know, pandemic, and like I said, and having my son, and, you know, just during this time, I've really created the hardest and best album of the year. And I mean, you know, juxtapose the things I've been doing, it's like kind of weird. I'm kind of a sicko to even be able to think like this off of the things that I've been doing.
Push, I want to believe you, but I've heard you say this before. I've heard you say that you were going to have the best album of 2021. And then 2021 came and gone.
Yeah.
And so now here we are in 2022.
Yeah.
Can we believe that this is happening this year?
Oh man, 1,000%, man. I mean, you know, when I tell you that something's happening and it's gonna happen, it's a very real prediction. If it didn't happen, it's only because you know, we got sidetracked with other business. You know what I'm saying? I stay working on music, whether it's for myself or others. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
So you were helping somebody else?
My services have been, you know, throughout the game, like, for sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But we can count on 2022 being.
Oh, for sure, 2022.
Got you. And where in the year are we looking at it? You know, because right now it's February and.
Yeah. I would say in the next 2-3 months.
Okay. So Q1.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's good news, because, you know, especially when Pop album came out, rest in peace, you know, I got excited because here I am, I hear, you know, in the words of you know, Tyler's got the album of the year for now.
Right.
Pop about to drop,
Yep.
you see the platinum in the clouds,
Yep.
and then you said Push about to drop.
Yep.
And when I hear about to drop, I take your word seriously, and I'm like, oh, maybe we're on the cusp, but.
No, for sure. I mean, I like, forgive me. Forgive me, but at the end of the day, like, you know, what I make is masterpieces when it comes to, like, street hip hop. Like, nobody makes what I make when it comes to that. I make, you know, this particular album is, you know, half produced by the Neptunes, half produced by Kanye West. Nobody makes better music with those two entities than me. Like, ever.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you this time. and I want people to sort of stop working with them because it sort of cheapens what it is that I do.
Right. It's almost like
I fucking hate it
when other people work with Ye and
it
Pharrell
annoys
and the
me.
Neptunes.
I hate it all. I hate it.
Does it feel like it kind of
No, I just hate it.
waters down?
No, I just hate it. I just hate it. I think that, you know, there's a certain standard that in dealing with those guys that you have to live up to, and it's a certain standard that you know, it's a certain standard and aesthetic that you want out there totally.
Right.
And I'm just very selfish with that. I feel like you know, when it comes to those two entities, I feel like I'm very dedicated and loyal to, you know, the greater good of what it is that we do collectively.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you're not gonna, you know, hold yourself at a platinum standard or gold standard when working with them, I'm not into it. I'm not into it. I'm selfish. I'm just really selfish with my, you know, those are my go-tos.
Sure.
So I'm just selfish with that.
I don't blame you. I don't think anybody can blame you for that.
I don't think they should blame me after hearing what I'm about to give.
Push, what does this line mean?
What's that?
It's not dry yet.
Oh, it's well, the album title is
Okay.
okay, and means a couple things to me, but it mostly speaks to a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece. This is art that I'm creating, and at no point do I ever that standard do I never like sacrifice anything for that standard. This is art.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when somebody's creating art, you know, they're waiting on an art piece, and then, you know, and the artist usually tells them before they unveil it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, this is my masterpiece, this is my art. And
I've not heard you say that title yet. Is that the
Yeah.
first time that you've said it?
I did, and as I'm saying it, I'm thinking that I probably shouldn't have, but I fucked up. So it's what it is.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here.
I'm happy you said it here on this
It is what it is.
with me.
It's okay.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Well, that line that I said to you, it's not dry yet, was a part of this leak that we saw on a photo that people thought that was the album title. And so I'm happy.
What photo was that?
It was leaked through, like, they accidentally published something and it said, listen to Pusha T's new album.
Yeah. Yeah.
And obviously there was no album.
There was no album, honestly, and I saw that as well. I never clicked it though, to be honest, because I knew like my music is very tightly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even.
But you didn't want to see like, well, let's see what they got in there.
No, I didn't, because I know, like I keep my music very tight. I don't even work with, you know, I work a certain way.
Sure.
There are no
leaks.
No. But I did not like the fact that title was floating like that. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely floating. That's how I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, all good.
So, as the title.
Yes.
Half produced Kanye West, half produced Neptunes.
Yes.
First song that we heard, I don't know if it was a single, but Diet Coke featuring Ye. Is this a single that's a part of the album, or is this just a one-off?
Yeah, that's definitely a part of the album. You know, I don't really talk in terms of singles. It's just like an offering.
Okay.
Because, you know, like I said, I usually give you my albums as a full.
Here you go.
Yeah, full
shit.
project. So I'm just trying to, you know, but you know, it was to warm up the streets, and I think the streets sort of have reacted.
It's warm.
In such a way, I think they're ready.
And then the video was dope.
Yes.
We see Kanye, you know, dancing a little bit in there.
Yeah.
And Diddy was laughing at that. Diddy was excited about Ye dancing.
Yep.
And to me, I thought that I knew why he was reacting that way. But if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I'm just making this up, but the video kind of looked reminiscent to an old song called Flavor in Your Ear.
Yep.
Another classic record
Yep.
that Diddy has a lot to do with.
Right.
Was there some sort of...
That's the total synergy.
Okay.
1000%. You know, Ye had the concept of of sort of ripping, you know, inspiration from that video. I think a lot of things that we're doing these days, and in regard to what it is that I do musically, is stripped down, and that's how he likes to hear me over stripped down production. He likes, not a lot of bells and whistles visually, and just let all the power be in the song and the performance. And Flavor in Your Ear was black and white. It's like crazy dope verses, and I think he drew inspiration from that.
Yeah.
And that was the concept.
What did you think of how he was moving?
Oh man, he was getting busy, man. It was dope. It was dope. I think it did a lot, and I think it was good to see. It was good to see him enjoying himself in the music like that. I think a lot of people. I think that resonated with a lot of people as well.
Yeah, it looked like he was having a good time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this name, Yezos.
Yezos,
obviously a play on Jeff Bezos, I
yes,
assume?
For sure.
What's the origin of this name, Yezos?
Man, Yezos is one of the richest men that I've known in my life. So, giving him his props, he gets the nickname Yezos. Definitely, I don't even know where he ranks, but he's up there. Yeah. He's up there. I mean, like I said, he's the richest one that I know.
Has this been a name you've been calling him? Did you come up with it, or?
No, it was man, he might have came up with it himself. It was a phone conversation.
That sounds like some Kanye shit.
It was on the phone, and he said it, and I said, "Hey, I'm never calling you anything but Yezos again." And he was like, he just laughed or whatever. I was like, "No, that's it," and immediately went into Diet Coke.
That's hard.
Yeah.
But Kanye coming up with the nickname Yezos for himself is quintessential.
Of course. Yeah. Of course, man.
Self-naming himself Yezos is fire, though.
Yeah, it's fire.
Let's talk about some hints that you've been kind of dropping around the internet. Yeah. One of them is that there is a Jay-Z record on this project.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Okay, so you kind of teased that it was one of two people, whether it was Jay-Z or Jeezy. And you said this via Twitter because somebody kind of likened your raps to Jeezy and Jay-Z. And then you quote tweeted that and was like, "Oh, did I mention I have a verse from ...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't say Jay-Z or Jeezy.
Well,
I do have a verse from people on my album for sure. But I didn't say it was either one of those two guys. But yes, I do remember that. That was my man Low Key.
Yes.
Who I think he put me in the mix of Jeezy and Jay-Z as far as trap rapping or whatever the case may, whatever, however he titled it. But I was like, man, that was good company to be in.
But by virtue of context clues, wouldn't one assume that you were referring to one of those two people?
If you're a master of context clues, you probably would. But I mean, that's still for you to assume until it's time.
The last time you and Hove linked up was Drug Dealers Anonymous.
Oh, yeah.
Which is an unbelievable record.
Yes.
Wordplay like nothing we've ever seen. Production like something we've ever seen.
Shout out DJ Dahi. Incredible.
How did that record kind of come together? And what is it that you look for in a Jay verse when you get one?
Jay-Z is one rapper that I can always count on to say something that I cannot say. When I reach out to him for a verse, it's simply because I'm totally satisfied with something that I've written, and I need somebody to take it somewhere that I verbally just can't take it. Like a second verse from me probably isn't gonna make me happy.
Sure.
And then if I think about other rappers, I'm like, they ain't gonna say nothing that I ain't gonna say, or you know what I'm saying? But I know he will 1000% say something that is going to inspire me, something that's aspirational, something that is so flossy or baller that I just can't say. It's just like honest, just being honest.
Was there something in specific that he said on Drug Dealers Anonymous that you was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for?
Oh man, I mean, like his whole verse was incredible to me, and I think as soon as I heard when I said when I laid my verse, because what I do is I lay my verses And you know, I hear a beat, and if I feel like it fits him, I'll lay a verse and I'll just send it to him and be like, man, I think this is incredible. And I think you would go crazy on this. And I don't do it often because it's not, you know, I try not to use my card too much.
Sure.
But that was one song that I felt like, yo, he would kill, and he just did.
Hypothetically speaking, was there anything on this project that you're working on that you could see Jay on?
Oh yeah, this project is for only like GOAT level rappers. You know what I'm saying? God level rappers for sure. So there's definitely a numerous tracks that I could have seen him on for sure.
There's room for him if you ask.
Oh yeah, there's room for him for sure.
You said there's only room for God level artists. Will we see that reflected in the track list when that comes out?
Yeah, because I think that everybody who's on it is great in their space. What, you know, younger, older, whatever. I feel like it's the greatest of what it is that they do. And that, at least that's how I look at them. And I needed that because I needed that to match the greatness of the production. And you know, those like I said, Neptunes and Pharrell and Ye especially don't, you know, they only like to sort of work with a certain tier of artists when it's rap time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Daytona, obviously 7 tracks.
Yeah.
You've kind of alluded to this project rather being somewhere around 12 tracks.
Yes, that's true.
But when you look at like albums these days, you very, very rarely see like a sub 15 track album. You may see 20, 25, 30. Some people suspect that that's like some sort of scheme to get streaming numbers up. Why do you think people have these albums?
I definitely believe it's a scheme for streaming numbers. And it is I don't hear classics that are usually that long. And I don't know if people are into making classics. Maybe they're just into like, you know, or maybe they just love everything they do so much. You know what I'm saying? Which is, it's just cool if that's what you want. But me personally, I have a very clean and concise vision for what it is that I'm making. And I don't, once I hit the mark, I never want to make 20 tracks of anything, ever, like in life. Like, I don't have that type of time.
So just concise, no filler,
no
lean.
Filler, all killer, no filler.
We love
That's
that.
it.
With this album, I believe that fulfills your requirements at Def Jam.
Yeah.
If that is the case, what now?
I don't know, man. We be talking about this a lot. Like we talk about what's to come. Def Jam has been great. It's been a great home. You know, it's different. You know, the climate of music and how people consume music and how music comes out. It's all really different from when I first started. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Who's to say? You know, I'm not gonna stop creating. So it's always gonna be heat.
Are you still with Good?
Yeah.
Still with Good, just maybe not with Def Jam.
Well, you know, I think you know, me and Good are always gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, me and Good, me and Ye, we're always gonna be, you know, we're always gonna be clicked up. I think, you know, what a lot of people were alluding to the other day was I posted a contract, and you know, people were like, oh my God, he's leaving Good, or oh, he's leaving Def Jam, or whatever. But actually the contract was just Ye signing over my profits from my back catalog and the profits for this album as well, just straight to me.
Real one.
Yeah, so it wasn't anything bad. It was like, it didn't say like, oh, I ain't messing with you. Just like, no, look, you just take the money. You know.
Is that why the caption was something along the lines of some people tell you that you're bro, others show you that they're your bro?
Exactly. If that don't show you that that's your bro, then I don't know what else gonna show you. You
But
know?
I mean, to be fair, it is Yezo, so he don't need anything.
Whether he needs it or not. I mean, it's just like, man, it's like, you know, it was a very honorable thing to do, you know, for his brother.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, I want to hit you with a few lines that
Yes.
we've heard you say. Maybe you can add some additional context.
Yes.
The first one that stood out to me was, I'm nothing like you new gangsters pointing guns to the camera. I bet you niggas practice in the mirror. Something along those lines. This was in a snippet.
Yes.
Tell me more. What are you saying there? Add some context.
Oh, I just feel like the authenticity speaks for itself, and I feel like, you know, a lot of times, you know, a lot of what I was seeing was a lot of just, you know, extra gun thrown around, so on and so forth, and I don't know how authentic that is. So, you know, I've never practiced in the mirror. You know, this is my life. You know, and I feel like those who do participate, or some of the ones that I've seen, I'm like, oh man, you've been practicing this. You know.
Do you think that's a testament to the current state of hip hop, devoid of push?
Yes. Well, yeah. I feel like, you know, I feel like, first of all, I feel like the current state of hip hop is awesome. Like, I like a lot of what I see, and the part I don't like about it is that sometimes I feel like it's, you know, people forget about some of the creativity that needs to go into music. You know what I'm saying? It's like the creativity sort of, you know, gets overlooked. Sometimes people are too real for their own good, and that's when, like, you know, some of your favorites, you know, they end up in jail, or some of your favorites, they, you know, they may have untimely deaths because they're so real. When in all actuality, man, we love, you know, the creative side of them, and we wanted to see that, you know, blossom and prosper, you know, much longer than it probably did. So that's something that I don't really necessarily like about it.
But all in all, you're happy with the state of hip hop.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, I got so many new favorites and everything.
Next line, Kenzo Show, Runway.
Yes.
You said something along the lines of, what's a shiggy dance to a brick nigga?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Is the celebrating not being caught ever, you know, in drug anything, right? Never being caught. So I was saying, like, so what's the shiggy dance? Like, you know, Shiggy's like, he's a someone who, you know, he's an internet like comedian or whatever. He's always celebrating dancing or whatever. So like, what is the shiggy dance for a brick nigga? I never been caught. I want a shiggy dance. Like, what's my
What's the equivalent for you?
Yeah, what's the equivalent for me?
Okay, that's dope. I fuck with that. I like that. I couldn't connect the dots on it, but that.
Yeah.
I actually hit him up about it. I said, yo, because that's a kid, like, we grew up together. I said, yo, Shiggy, did you hear this? He thought you was shitting on him.
No.
He was like, damn, I'll pull the text up afterward. He was like, damn, he throwing shots at me.
Shiggy, come on, man. Don't be a surface level listener. Don't be that. Don't do that. Listen deep, man. It's all in context. Like, I'm not a cheap rapper either. So it's like, you know, you like anything that I say, you can draw a parallel. Google is your friend. Like, you can always draw a parallel in anything I'm saying. I'm 9 times out of 10.
It's funny you said that because Jay said that on Drug Dealers Anonymous.
Yes.
Type it in. Google's your friend, bro.
Yep. And when you did, what happened? You saw the car with him in the Benz. And like, it made the whole verse be fresh, right?
Yes.
That's the era I'm from, in which, like, it got to draw back. So it's like, nah, hell no, I won't shit no Shiggy, man.
Okay.
I fuck with him.
This next one was seen somewhere we weren't expecting to see this. And the line is, I've been around the world thrice times. I mean what I say. This is a lyric from a record way back in the day on a song called Goddamn.
Yeah.
And we saw this as a caption that Drake posted of his son speaking French. I'm assuming that you saw this.
Of course.
Thoughts when you saw it? Why that line?
Oh man, I thought it was just, I thought he was propping up his son speaking French.
Did you feel like that was sus to use a line of you?
No, not with his son. Never. I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't put my son in like that type of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was a Clips fan back then.
Yes.
So it makes sense.
There was a line he said in another song about how he had an autographed mic from the Clips or something, and the autograph faded or something along those lines. So we know that he's a Push fan. Do you think that him quoting that is just fandom?
Oh, I think it was just drawing a parallel to, like you said, his son speaking French. I don't think it was any more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We've seen Ye and him squash. Any interest in looking past what was and looking forward to what's to come?
Oh, I've already looked past that. Yeah. I look past that. I don't look towards that anymore.
Not looking towards it, but is there a chance bygones will be bygones?
Oh, bygones are bygones. As far as I see. And I think that's really good that they did squash it. That works really good for them.
For them.
Yes.
Did you know that was happening? Because it took everyone else by surprise because it happened very quickly.
Of course.
Was there any conversation that was had?
Of course. He just told me, and I told him that might be good for you.
So there was a little.
That should work well for you.
There was a little consulting of some sort there.
No. We don't got to consult.
Just a heads up?
We just had to talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, look, I mean, I think to a certain degree, this kind of beef of sparring in hip hop is good for the game at large. Do you see it that way?
Nah, not no more. I used to see it like that. But it's not like, it ain't like that because like sparring today turns into like record label people like censoring your lyrics, censoring your features. Like when you start off sparring and it's like fun, then it turns into like people like, oh, he's talking about me in this song. And so then like the song will get like censored and then, stuff like that, or like, so that's not fun to me no more.
Right.
Like I don't even.
It's over.
I don't even choose to play
anymore.
Yeah.
See, for us though, as consumer, or at least for me, as a consumer, when I hear two artists going back and forth, verses only, to me, it's amazing. When it goes beyond the verses, especially like what we're seeing here in New York, where that shit turns like real violence and people losing their lives, then it's like something completely different. I'm wondering if at all you are aware of, or have maybe even heard of what's happening here in New York. Now you got rappers meeting with the mayor and all types of shit like that. Have you heard anything about this?
Yeah, I have, man. Yeah, I think it's corny. I think it's corny. I don't think that it should ever, it's music, number one. So it should never have to go past the music. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's when that's when you know that the ego's been bruised. Like when you gotta send people to a show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And somebody gets hurt behind it. That's because your ego was bruised and damaged and hurt.
You got through to them.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, or you get out here, the kids are shooting or whatever. It's all, it's like, yo, it was in rap. Like why it even got to go that far? But again, people be corny. It's like real corny. Like you gotta sort of you have to realize that you're dealing with insecure people at times when it has to go past all of that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
When it comes out of a verse into real life.
Yeah, like what is it about?
When people are getting sent to shows and things like that, that is something that's not unfamiliar to you, but it just didn't go over well when that happened.
What do you mean?
Well, there were some people who had popped up at a Pusha show, but it kind of got handled quite quickly.
Oh, I don't know if anybody was sent there. I just,
But perhaps that was an ego bruising of some sort.
I just thought it was rowdy people who came and got what they was looking for. I don't know though.
What do you think has kind of changed in you, if anything at all, being a father now? Has fatherhood kind of changed the way you move or impacted how you kind of see situations?
Yeah, man. I think that I just think about him first in everything these days. So it's like certain stuff that I might have entertained before, I don't entertain it as much, because at the end of the day, he's like my main focus, and like I don't really have time to entertain it.
Give me an example of something that you wouldn't entertain today because of your son.
No, I think that as far as music goes, I don't really entertain any of the gossip and the jargon and all those things that me as an artist, would have had like issue with back a little while ago, or just had I just can't entertain everything. You just can't.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Like I've done it all. I've said it all. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just about making sure that I make the best possible music ever, and coming home to play it for him.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
what type of lifestyle do you envision him having? Do you see it being something
My
like
son?
like what kind of life do you want to create for him? Do you think there'll be a day where he's running to the corner store like you was for your grandmother in the Bronx when you was a kid, or is it going to be something completely different from that?
My son will definitely have a driver. He will not run to anybody's corner store ever.
No corner store running.
No,
okay.
he don't need to. Man, my son is gonna live a very beautiful life. Like it's already etched in stone. Like it's amazing.
What type of things? So we got a driver.
what,
what chef perhaps?
On occasions, actually.
Chef.
But his mother's a very good cook.
Okay.
Yeah. My son just he's gonna live a very well-rounded, well-traveled life. I'm not into like the grow up tough as I did, or I went through this. No, we don't go. Let's stop all the foolishness. Let's not. And man, I grew up. I feel like I grew up damn good. Like I feel like my parents were like really, really great people, and they made a way. And it's only it should only go up from there.
Sure.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
went through it so that he wouldn't have to.
I definitely don't want him to rap.
Why not?
I don't know. I just, man, he's, I don't know, man. His grandfather's a doctor. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, he might be a brain. His mother's like brilliant. You know what I'm saying? They're like handy and crafty. Who knows? He likes cars, and, he may be like I don't know, he may be some type of like ill mechanic or something. Who knows? He just might, I just don't, like, rap music is like not, I don't want to see him do that.
No.
No.
Even if he wants to.
Oh, if he wants to, it's something different. But
Right.
I'm not pushing.
Like,
yeah,
it's not
I'm
like like you putting a
Yeah.
basketball in his hands, like play basketball.
No. Well, actually, I am. I'm gonna put a tennis racket in his hand.
Tennis, okay.
Yeah. Basketball in his hand. A couple other things.
But no pen and pad to rap to write.
Not so much. not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a somber note, unfortunately, we saw Virgil Abloh pass away. It's someone who you spent a good amount of time around
Yes.
and have collaborated with in the past.
Yes.
I'm wondering how that loss was for you and you know, what kind of conversations were happening around his passing.
Man, well, you know, Virgil was a big supporter of me when I came to good music. I have one Virgil collection right now. Ironically, you asked. Louis Vuitton. He was a big supporter of me. I mean, let's just be honest. His first 2 clothing lines were called Pyrex Vision and Off-White. Where do you think that inspiration came from? You know, so when you go back and you see Ye saying, this is Pusha T, Pusha T, that's Pusha T, that's what he's talking about. So when I walked in, you know, Hawaii, it was like, what would the clips do? He printed that stuff out. You know, when I found out that he passed, I was flying in from, I believe it was Turks and Caicos, and my phone started going crazy and blowing up. And as you know, just as you're landing, it's like going crazy, whatever. So we found out the news that he passed, whatever. And the next email after that was from my guy Loic. It was from Loic, and he was forwarding me an email from, I guess I would say, the musical director of the Louis Vuitton fashion show, asking could we clear putting Mama I'm So Sorry from the clips and Mr. Me Too in the last fashion show that was had right after he passed.
Wow.
That day, as I'm landing, that's when it happened. I say all this to say that, man, you know, he always thought about musically things that I was a part of. And he always made sure when he could that, you know, I was a part of things that he had going on to the last day.
Yeah. To his last moments, really.
To his last moments. And I can't imagine, I don't know how he was doing because I didn't see him in those moments, but I can't imagine that it was, you know, he was working to the end.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Virgil.
For sure.
Let's end on a high note and a positive note here.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, when is the last time you hit on the lucky numbers that you keep in your wallet?
Oh, you know what? I don't even want to talk about that because I haven't hit, and I've been getting creamed in roulette. Really bad. I had a really, 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 really bad outing. Me and my manager, Steven Victor, had a really bad time in the last few Bahamas casino trips. It wasn't good.
Not good.
Yeah.
So the lucky numbers ain't here right now.
Listen, I threw the paper away.
No, you didn't.
I threw the paper away.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
you down bad then?
Yeah, I was bad. It was bad. No
Prayers
longer
up.
lucky.
Prayers up. I hope you find some new lucky numbers here
sure.
that will help you in this journey to get that bread back, because we hate to see you losing bread. But we love to see you release music.
Yes.
And the album
Yes.
soon come.
Yes.
Lastly here, what can people expect, and what should people expect from this?
Man, it's a pure masterpiece. That's all I can say. I hope creatively everybody loves it. You know, I have, you know, and I hope it, you know, it spreads a little further than my fans, because I feel like there's a language in which I speak that my fans 1,000% are tuned into, and I think they know it. I want to see it stretch, you know, further past them, and I hope my fans are loud enough that it makes the world shake.
All right, well, Push, I appreciate you stopping by.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait to hear the album.
All right.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.